All right, buckle up, everyone, because today we're diving headfirst into a place that's been generating a ton of buzz lately, Dubai.
And for good reason. It's a city that seems to have it all. Futuristic skylines, that tax-free income everyone's talking about, even indoor skiing in the middle of the desert.
It sounds almost too good to be true, right? I mean, is it really the paradise it's made out to be for digital nomads and expats? That's what we're here to find out.
We'll be separating fact from fiction, giving you the inside scoop on what it's actually like to live and work in Dubai, whether you're a nomad chasing that laptop lifestyle or an expat looking for a more permanent move.
First things first, let's talk about getting there. And by that, I mean visas.
Ah, yes, the golden ticket. Dubai is actually surprisingly open to welcoming both digital nomads and expats.
Which is a nice change of pace compared to some other places that make it feel impossible to even get your foot in the door.
Exactly. Now, for our nomad listeners, the key is the remote work visa. It gives you the freedom to live and work in Dubai for a whole year, even if you're employed by a company outside the UAE.
Okay, that sounds pretty straightforward. Are there any catches?
Well, you do need to meet a few requirements. You'll need to prove you're employed, have a monthly income of at least $5,000, and have valid health insurance.
$5,000 a month? That might be a hurdle for some digital nomads, especially those just starting out or in certain fields.
It's definitely something to consider. It really depends on your individual situation and the kind of income you generate. But hey, for those who meet the requirements, it's like unlocking a year-long adventure in one of the most dynamic cities in the world.
Totally. Now, what about those who are looking for something a bit more, shall we say, permanent?
For those folks, the freelance permit is the way to go. This is designed for expats who want to live in Dubai and work independently, either with local or international clients.
Sounds like a pretty sweet deal for the right person. What kind of professions does this usually attract?
It's particularly popular among professionals in fields like media, tech, and education. And the best part, the cost is surprisingly reasonable.
Really, who? How much
Yeah.
are we talking about?
It's around $2,000 per year. Much more accessible than the remote work visa, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, I can't talk about visas without mentioning the one everyone seems to be buzzing about. The golden visa.
Yes, the golden visa. It's kind of like winning the Dubai lottery.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What makes it so special?
Well, it's designed to attract high-value individuals to Dubai. Think investors, entrepreneurs, exceptional professionals, scientists, artists, and basically anyone with skills and talents that Dubai wants to welcome with open arms.
So it's like a VIP pass to Dubai living. I get it.
Exactly. And the biggest perk, the residency period.
Let me guess. It's longer than the other visas.
Way longer. You're talking up to 10 years. It's a huge draw for those who are serious about building a life in Dubai.
So whether you're a nomad or an expat, Dubai seems to have a visa option to suit your ambitions.
They've definitely got that part figured out.
But let's move on to something that's always top of mind for me when considering a new place: healthcare.
A crucial factor, for sure.
Now, Dubai has a reputation for having some of the best healthcare facilities in the world.
That's definitely true. Their hospitals and clinics are state-of-the-art, equipped with the latest technology, and staffed by highly skilled professionals.
So I imagine feeling pretty safe knowing that I'd have access to top-notch care if I needed it, right?
Absolutely. Now, there are both public and private healthcare options in Dubai.
And what's the main difference?
Public healthcare is available to all residents at a lower cost, but it's primarily geared towards Emirati citizens. Most expats choose to go the private route.
Which probably means higher costs, I'm guessing.
You got it. Private healthcare offers faster service, shorter wait times, and adheres to international standards, but it comes with a higher price tag.
And to add to that, health insurance is mandatory for all residents, expats included.
That's right. You won't be able to get a visa without it.
Speaking of insurance, what are the costs like for digital nomads? I've heard those basic plans can start at $400 a year, which sounds pretty reasonable.
Yeah, those basic plans are definitely affordable. But, you get what you pay for.
So what about a more comprehensive plan that covers a wider range of services and specialists?
Those will set you back significantly more, for sure. But honestly, it's an investment worth considering, especially when you're living abroad. You want peace of mind knowing you're covered for any unexpected health issues.
Couldn't agree more. Okay, so we've covered visas and healthcare. Let's shift gears and talk about those who might be moving to Dubai with their families.
Ah, yes, the little ones.
Dubai seems to have it all, but is it really a good place for kids? What are the education options like?
Well, they definitely have choices, but it's not a one-size-fits-all situation. The public school system is primarily designed for UAE nationals.
Okay.
The focus is on Arabic language education and Islamic studies.
So, not ideal for most expat families then. What are the alternatives?
For expats, the most common route is private or international schools, and you'll be spoilt for choice. There's a huge range of options, with British, American, and IB curricula available.
That's good to know. But let's be honest, international schools often come with a hefty price tag.
Oh, you're not wrong there. Prepare yourself. Annual fees can range from around $5,500 to over $27,000 per year.
Over $27,000. Is that for like super fancy exclusive schools? Or is that the norm?
It's a mix, really. You've got your ultra high-end schools catering to the, shall we say, well-to-do families. But even the mid-range international schools can be quite expensive. It depends on the school's reputation, facilities, and the grade level.
Definitely something for families to consider carefully when planning their budget.
Absolutely. And another practical tip, many of these schools have waiting lists.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, so if you're planning to move to Dubai with your kids, it's wise to start those school applications early, like really early.
Don't want to be scrambling for a spot once you've already landed in Dubai.
Exactly. Plan ahead, and it'll save you a lot of stress down the line.
Okay, now for the big question that's probably on everyone's mind, the cost of living. Dubai has this reputation for being, well, expensive. Is that really the case?
It's not as simple as saying Dubai equals expensive. The reality is, it depends.
On what? Spill the beans.
On your lifestyle, of course, and importantly, where you choose to live. Location, 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 as they say in the real estate world.
Okay, so break it down for us. Give us some concrete examples.
Sure. Let's say you dream of living in the heart of Dubai, right in the middle of all the action. Think downtown Dubai, Dubai Marina, those kinds of places.
It's a glamorous life.
Exactly. But that glamour comes at a cost. For a one-bedroom apartment in those areas, you're looking at anywhere from $1,600 to $2,700 per month.
Okay, yeah, not exactly cheap. But I guess you're paying for the convenience and the buzz of being at the center of it all.
Exactly. Now, if you're willing to sacrifice a bit of that central location for affordability, you can find some great options in the suburbs.
Okay, talk to me about those suburban options.
For a similar one-bedroom apartment in areas like Mirdif, Arabian Ranches, or Jumeirah Village Circle, you might be looking at something between $950 and $1,600 per month. Still not dirt cheap, but definitely more manageable.
All right, housing costs, check. Now let's talk about food. Can you actually eat cheaply in Dubai?
You absolutely can. Dubai's food scene is incredible. It's like a culinary world tour all in one city. You can find everything from Michelin-starred restaurants to budget-friendly street food.
So you're saying I could have a different food adventure every night of the week?
More like every meal of the day. And if you're smart about it, you can eat well without breaking the bank.
Give me some tips. What should I be on the lookout for?
Well, you have to try Emirati cuisine, of course. It's a must for anyone visiting or living in Dubai. Think fragrant rice dishes like makbuz with meat or fish, and those little sweet dumplings called lukimat.
Now you're making me hungry. What about grocery costs?
For your everyday groceries, you can expect to spend around $400 per month on average.
Not too bad, actually, but those fancy restaurants, they can add up quickly if you're not careful.
Oh, definitely. If you're on a budget, it's best to save those luxurious meals for special occasions.
Sounds like a plan. What about other essential expenses? You know, the things you can't really avoid, like utilities and internet.
Get ready for a pleasant surprise. Utilities and internet are actually pretty affordable in Dubai, especially compared to other major global cities.
Really? That's not what I expected to hear.
I know, right? It's a nice perk. For basic utilities like electricity, water, and cooling, you're looking at around $160 to $270 per month. And high-speed internet, around $82 on average.
Wow, that's a steal, considering the quality of life you get in Dubai.
Oh.
It's starting to sound like maybe Dubai isn't as expensive as its reputation suggests.
It's all about making smart choices and prioritizing what matters most to you. And speaking of choices, let's talk about getting around. Now, Dubai has a pretty impressive public transportation system.
I've heard good things about their metro.
It's fantastic. Modern, clean, and efficient. It connects most parts of the city, and a monthly pass will only set you back about $82. They've also got buses, trams, and even water taxis.
What about taxis? Are they readily available if I need to get somewhere quickly?
Oh, absolutely. You'll find taxis everywhere in Dubai. You can hail them on the street or book them through ride-hailing apps like Uber and Careem, which are super popular here.
So getting around shouldn't be a problem. But I've also heard that a lot of expats prefer to drive in Dubai.
You're right, car ownership is pretty common among expats, and why not? Dubai's roads are excellent, and having your own car gives you that freedom to explore at your own pace.
What about car rentals?
Car rentals are also very popular. You can expect to pay around $680 per month on average for a decent car.
So there's a trade-off. Convenience and freedom of having your own wheels versus the cost savings of public transport. It all comes down to your individual needs and preferences.
Exactly. Now, speaking of personal preferences, let's talk about the quality of life in Dubai. It's consistently ranked as one of the safest cities in the world.
Really? That's reassuring.
Yeah, it's true. Dubai has incredibly low crime rates. You can walk around at night without feeling uneasy. They've got strict law enforcement, and there's a strong sense of security throughout the city.
That's definitely a huge plus, especially for solo travelers or families with young children. But beyond safety, what about the overall vibe? Can you enjoy both Western openness and E2, more traditional values in Dubai?
That's what makes Dubai so fascinating. It's a unique blend of cultures. You'll find a very tolerant and cosmopolitan atmosphere, but it's also important to remember that Dubai is a Muslim country.
So it's about finding that balance.
Exactly. You can enjoy the nightlife, the beaches, the modern amenities, but it's also important to be respectful of the local culture and customs.
Can you give us some examples?
Things like dress code and public behavior are important to be aware of. Modesty is expected, especially in government buildings and more traditional neighborhoods, and public displays of affection are generally frowned upon.
Makes sense. It's always a good idea to research local customs before traveling to any new country, right?
Absolutely. A little preparation goes a long way.
All right, let's shift gears for a moment and talk about something that's often associated with Dubai: shopping.
Ah, yes, those legendary Dubai malls.
They're more like entertainment complexes than just places to shop.
That's the Dubai way. Everything is bigger and bolder here.
I'm thinking of the Dubai Mall, the largest shopping mall in the world. It has an aquarium, an ice rink, a dinosaur exhibit. It's mind-blowing.
And let's not forget the thousands upon thousands of stores. You could spend days in there and still not see it all.
But is there anything beyond those glitzy malls? Something a bit more traditional?
Absolutely. If you're looking for a different kind of shopping experience, you have to check out the souks.
Remind us what those are again.
The souks are traditional Arab markets full of vibrant colors, exotic aromas, and the energy of a true marketplace. You can find everything from spices and textiles to perfumes and gold. And don't forget to haggle. It's part of the fun.
Sounds like a sensory overload in the best possible way. Okay, so we've covered the shopping scene. Let's talk about career opportunities. Is Dubai a good place to build a network and advance your career? Or is it all hype?
Dubai is a global hub for business and innovation. There's no doubt about that. It attracts ambitious individuals from all over the world, so the networking opportunities are definitely there.
But is it realistic for someone who's not already a CEO or a high-flying entrepreneur to make it big in Dubai?
There are definitely opportunities for everyone, but it's a competitive environment.
What industries are particularly strong in Dubai?
The city's focus on technology, entrepreneurship, tourism, and finance makes it a great place for people in those fields. But it's crucial to do your research and really understand the specific industries that are thriving in Dubai.
So it's not a guaranteed path to riches, but for those with the right skills and drive, it can be a very rewarding environment.
Exactly.
All right, and now for the topic that's probably on everyone's mind.
Taxes. Dubai is famous for its tax-free income. But is it really as good as it sounds?
It's definitely a major perk. There's no personal income tax in Dubai, which means you get to keep more of your hard-earned money. Sounds like a dream come true for anyone who's tired of seeing a big chunk of their paycheck disappear to taxes.
I hear you. But there are a couple of nuances to be aware of.
Okay, lay it on me. What are the catches?
While there's no income tax, there is a 5% VAT, which is a value-added tax.
Okay, so not entirely tax-free, but still pretty darn good compared to many other countries.
Exactly. And that extra cash in your pocket can make a big difference in your lifestyle and savings potential. Now, let's talk about something that always blows my mind about Dubai: the architecture.
It's on a completely different level.
Dubai's skyline is like something out of a futuristic movie. You've got the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, the Palm Jumeirah, that incredible man-made island shaped like a palm tree.
The pictures just don't do it justice. You have to see it in person to truly appreciate the scale and the ambition of it all.
Exactly. And they're constantly pushing the boundaries. There's always something new and innovative being built.
Now, let's talk about something that might surprise people: the outdoor scene in Dubai. You wouldn't think a desert city would have much to offer in terms of outdoor activities.
You'd be surprised. Dubai has beautiful beaches, parks, desert safaris. You can even go indoor skiing.
Wait, indoor skiing in the desert.
You heard right, Ski Dubai. It's a fully fledged indoor ski resort where you can experience snowboarding and skiing even when it's scorching hot outside.
That's mind-blowing. Dubai truly is a city of contrasts. But speaking of the heat, summers in Dubai are notoriously intense.
They are. Temperatures can reach up to 122 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 50 degrees Celsius for our metric listeners.
Wow, that's hot. How do people even survive?
The city is designed to cope with the heat. You have air-conditioned walkways, malls, metro stations, even bus stops. It's all about adapting and finding ways to stay cool.
So it's not really a place for spending long days lounging by the pool then?
Well, you can definitely do that, but you might want to stick to the cooler months or the early mornings and evenings during the summer.
Makes sense. And that brings us back to those lifestyle rules we discussed earlier.
Right. Dubai is a city that embraces both modernity and tradition. It's a place where you can enjoy a global lifestyle, but it's also important to be respectful of the local culture and customs.
And as we've seen, those customs can be quite different from what you might be used to in other parts of the world.
Exactly. So do your research, be prepared, and be open to embracing the differences.
Great advice, and I think that's a great place to pause for now. We've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our Dubai deep dive. We've talked about visas, healthcare, education, the cost of living, and even got a taste of that famous Dubai lifestyle.
We've only scratched the surface. There's so much more to explore. Welcome back to our Dubai deep dive. We've covered a lot of ground already.
From visas to healthcare, those impressive malls, to even navigating the desert heat.
But now it's time to really uncover what makes Dubai tick, that vibrant energy.
We're talking about the lifestyle, the experiences, the things that make people from all over the world want to pack their bags and move to this city.
Exactly. Let's start with something that always gets people talking. Dubai's nightlife. It has this reputation as a playground for the rich and famous, right?
Champagne flowing, celebrities everywhere. Is that the reality?
Dubai certainly has that side to it. There are plenty of high-end clubs and bars where you might just spot a famous face. But, what really makes Dubai's nightlife special is the variety.
Oh, tell me more.
They cater to everyone, not just the elite. You've got your rooftop bars with breathtaking city views, cozy pubs with live music, underground clubs with cutting-edge DJs.
So there's something for everyone, no matter your taste or budget.
Exactly. And the scene is constantly evolving, always something new to discover.
I'm already feeling the FOMO. And speaking of variety, let's move on to something that's near and dear to my heart.
Food.
Ah, yes, Dubai's dining scene. It's a foodie's paradise.
I've heard amazing things. Tell me everything.
Imagine having access to cuisine from every corner of the globe all in one city. Michelin-starred restaurants, authentic street food stalls. It's a culinary adventure waiting to happen. So you're saying I could have a different food experience every night of the week?
More like every meal of the day. Of course, you have to try Emirati cuisine. It's a must when you're in Dubai.
What are some of the highlights?
Their traditional dishes are a blend of Middle Eastern and Asian flavors. You've got mashbouz, a fragrant rice dish with meat or fish, and those sweet little dumplings called lukumat.
My mouth is watering already. What about for seafood lovers?
Oh, Dubai is a dream come true for seafood enthusiasts. Its location on the Arabian Gulf means you'll always have fresh catches, grilled lobster, spicy fish curries, or even a simple plate of fresh-caught fish.
And for those who can't resist a perfectly cooked steak.
Dubai boasts some of the best steakhouses in the world, so yeah, you'll find something to satisfy every craving.
Okay, you've officially convinced me to book a flight just for the food. Now, let's talk about something else that Dubai is known for. Shopping. We touched on those incredible malls earlier, but I want to hear more.
Oh yeah, the malls are an experience in themselves. They're not just places to shop, they're destinations.
It's like shopping meets entertainment meets art, all rolled into one.
Exactly. You've got those stunning architectural designs, the entertainment options, the art installations. You can easily spend a whole day in a mall and still not see it all.
But what about those traditional souks we talked about earlier? They seem like a world away from the glitzy malls.
Oh, they definitely offer a different vibe. The souks give you a glimpse into Dubai's past, a more authentic side to the city.
What's the experience like there?
Imagine narrow alleyways, vibrant colors, and the aromas of spices filling the air. You can find textiles, perfumes, gold, those fragrant spices, and so much more.
And I bet those bargaining skills come in handy.
You bet. Haggling is expected, and it's all part of the fun.
So we've got the nightlife, the incredible food, the world-class shopping.
Mhm.
What else does Dubai offer in terms of entertainment and leisure?
Well, if you're a sports fan, you're in for a treat. Dubai hosts some of the biggest sporting events in the world.
Like what?
You've got the Dubai World Cup, one of the most prestigious horse races, the Dubai Tennis Championships.
And let's not forget about golf. Dubai is a golfer's paradise, isn't it?
Absolutely. They have some of the most stunning golf courses in the world, designed by legends like Greg Norman and Ernie Els. And even if you don't play golf, the scenery and social atmosphere at those golf clubs are worth checking out.
All right, let's shift gears to culture. With so many nationalities represented in Dubai, I imagine the cultural scene is incredibly diverse.
It is. It's a melting pot of cultures, languages, and traditions.
What are some of the must-see cultural attractions, the things we should put on our list if we're new to the city?
Well, the Dubai Museum is a great place to start. It's housed in the 18th century Al Fahidi fort, and it tells the story of Dubai's transformation from a small fishing village to the global metropolis it is today.
I love historical sites that really transport you back in time. What else?
The Jumeirah Mosque is another iconic landmark. It's a stunning example of Islamic architecture, and it's actually open to non-Muslim visitors.
Oh, wow. That's a great opportunity to learn about Islamic culture firsthand.
Exactly. And the architecture alone is worth the visit.
Okay, we've covered nightlife, food, shopping, sports, culture. Now, what about outdoor activities? I know we talked about indoor skiing earlier, but surely there's more to do outside in Dubai, right?
You'd be surprised. Dubai has really embraced its desert surroundings.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What kind of outdoor adventures are we talking about?
Imagine dune bashing in a 4x4 vehicle, riding a camel through the golden dunes, or even camping under a star-filled desert sky.
Sounds like an adventure straight out of a movie.
It is. And if you're looking for something a bit more relaxing, there are beautiful beaches, parks, and even hot air balloon rides over the desert.
Okay, Dubai really does seem to have it all. But let's be real for a moment. Living in Dubai isn't all sunshine and tax-free income, is it?
You're right. Like any city, Dubai has its challenges.
What are some of the downsides that potential expats and digital nomads should be aware of?
The intense summer heat is definitely something to consider. Those scorching temperatures can really limit your outdoor activities during certain months.
We talked about that a bit earlier. Sounds like adapting to the heat is a must for anyone moving to Dubai.
Absolutely. And another thing to think about is the work-life balance. Dubai is a very work-centric city, and long hours are common, especially in certain industries.
So maybe not the best fit for those seeking a super laid-back lifestyle.
It depends on your priorities. But it's something to factor in for sure. And while Dubai is generally very safe, you do need to be aware of those cultural differences and strict laws we discussed before.
Respecting local customs and traditions is key. What about the social scene? Is it easy to make friends and build a community in Dubai?
Dubai is a very transient city. People come and go all the time. This makes it exciting, but it can also be challenging to form lasting relationships.
So it might take a little extra effort to put down roots.
Exactly. But it's definitely possible. My advice is to be proactive. Join social clubs, attend events, and connect with people online.
That's a good tip. And finally, let's revisit the cost of living. We talked about it earlier, but it's worth reiterating that Dubai can be expensive.
It definitely can be, especially if you're used to a Western lifestyle. Housing, education, healthcare, entertainment, it all adds up.
So being mindful of your budget is key.
Exactly. Be prepared to make some compromises. You might not be able to have it all right away, but there are definitely ways to live comfortably in Dubai without breaking the bank.
It's all about finding that balance.
Yeah.
Enjoying the amazing lifestyle while being smart about your finances.
Precisely. Ultimately, moving to Dubai is a personal decision. Weigh the pros and cons, do your research, and be honest with yourself about what you're looking for in a new home.
It's about finding the right fit.
Exactly. If you're open to adventure, willing to work hard, and embrace the unique blend of challenges and rewards that come with living in a global city like Dubai, it might just be the perfect place for you.
I love that perspective.
Now, before we move on to the practicalities of actually making the move, let's talk about something that's often associated with Dubai.
Money. Yeah, Dubai has this image of being a playground for the super rich. But what's the reality for those of us who aren't millionaires?
Well, Dubai's economy is incredibly diverse and dynamic. You've got sectors like tourism, trade, real estate, finance. It's a global hub for business and investment, attracting people from all walks of life.
So there are definitely opportunities to make money in Dubai, even if you're not coming in with a fortune.
Absolutely. But remember, it's a competitive environment. Salaries can be high, but so is the cost of living.
So it's not a guaranteed path to riches?
Right. It takes hard work, the right skills, and a bit of luck, just like anywhere else.
And what about taxes? We know there's no income tax. But are there any other taxes that expats and digital nomads should be aware of?
Yeah, we mentioned that 5% VAT on most goods and services, and there might be some specific taxes depending on your industry or the types of transactions you're making.
So always best to do your research and consult with a financial advisor to be sure.
Definitely. Now, I want to touch on something that's often overlooked when we talk about Dubai's rapid development, the environmental impact.
It's a city that's grown at an incredible pace. What's the cost to the environment?
That's a really important question. Dubai's growth has definitely had an impact. The desert ecosystem has been affected, and there are concerns about water scarcity and air pollution.
So it's not all perfect.
No places. But the good news is that the government is becoming more and more aware of these issues.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
What are they doing to address these concerns?
They're taking steps to promote sustainability, investing in renewable energy, implementing stricter environmental regulations. There's still work to be done, but they're moving in the right direction.
It's all about finding that balance between progress and protecting the environment.
Exactly. Now, I want to wrap up this part of our Dubai exploration by talking about something that's often lost in all the glitz and glamour, the people.
Yes. Beyond the stereotypes, what are the people of Dubai really like?
Well, as you know, Dubai is a melting pot of cultures. It's home to over 200 nationalities.
Wow, that's incredible.
It creates this fascinating mix of cultures, languages, and traditions. And, despite all those differences, there's a strong sense of community and hospitality in Dubai.
So it's not all about business and luxury. There's a human side to this city that we don't always see in the glossy brochures.
Exactly. Dubai is a city built by people, for people, and that's what makes it so special.
I love that. Well, I think we've painted a pretty comprehensive picture of life in Dubai. We've explored the excitement, the challenges, and the heart of this dynamic city.
We've tried to give you a balanced perspective, showing you both the incredible opportunities and the things to be mindful of.
All right, welcome back to our final deep dive into Dubai.
We've explored the excitement, the challenges, the heart of Dubai.
The food. Don't forget the amazing food.
Right. But now it's time to get practical. What if you're actually serious about making this city your new home?
Where do you even begin? I mean, Dubai is huge.
It can feel a bit overwhelming at first. Where to live, how to get a visa, all that jazz.
Exactly. Let's break it down. First things first, finding a place to live. Where do I even start looking?
Start with yourself, really. Think about your budget and your lifestyle.
Okay, that makes sense.
Do you picture yourself right in the thick of it, surrounded by skyscrapers?
Yeah, living that glamorous city life.
Then areas like downtown Dubai, Dubai Marina, Jumeirah Beach residence. Those are expat hubs, super vibrant, but pricey too.
So if my budget's a bit tighter, or maybe I just prefer a quieter vibe.
Then consider places like Mirdif, Arabian Ranches, Jumeirah Village Circle. They're a bit further out, more residential, but still with great amenities.
Gotcha. So once I've got a feel for the different areas, how do I actually find a place?
Online property portals are your best friend.
Ah, the internet to the rescue. Which sites should I be checking out?
Bayut, Property Finder, Dubizzle. They have tons of listings. Photos, virtual tours, the works.
So I can literally apartment hunt from my couch. Awesome.
Exactly. Then once you've shortlisted a few places,
Reach out to those agents and set up some viewings.
that's it. Now, let's tackle the visa process.
The big one. I know it can be daunting for some people.
It can seem that way, but honestly, Dubai's made it pretty streamlined, especially with their online systems.
Okay, that's reassuring. Remind me again, what are the main visa options?
We talked about the remote work visa, the freelance permit, and of course, the golden visa.
Right, but how do you actually go about applying?
It's all done online now. You can go through the official website of the GDRFA, that's the General Directorate of Residency and Foreigners Affairs, or you can use the government's online portal called Amer.
Sounds pretty convenient. And what documents will I need to have ready?
The usual suspects: valid passport, passport-sized photos, proof of income, confirmation of your health insurance.
Anything else?
It depends on the specific visa. For example, for the freelance permit, you'll need a detailed business plan.
Okay, so just be prepared and organized. How long does the whole process usually take?
That can vary, but usually it's a few weeks to a couple of months.
So definitely start early.
My top tip, follow those instructions carefully and submit all the required documents right from the get-go. No missing paperwork, it'll just cause delays.
Got it. Okay, once we're settled in, how do we manage our money in Dubai? Should we open a local bank account?
It's definitely a good idea, makes things so much easier for day-to-day transactions.
Are there any banks that are particularly expat friendly?
Emirates, NBD, HSBC, Mashreq Bank, Dubai Islamic Bank, they're all good options.
All right. And is the process of opening an account pretty straightforward?
Yep. You'll need your passport, visa, proof of residency. Some banks might ask for an introduction letter from your employer. It's best to check with each bank directly, just to be sure.
Sounds good. Okay, let's talk about getting around Dubai. It seems like a huge GE city. What are my best options?
Public transportation is surprisingly good. The metro is fantastic, super modern and efficient, connects most of the city.
And how much does a metro pass cost?
About 82 towers a month. You've also got buses, trams, even water taxis.
Wow. But what about if I need to get somewhere quickly?
Taxis are everywhere. Easy to hail one down, or you can use ride-hailing apps like Uber and Careem. They're super popular here.
So many choices.
And of course, there's always the option to drive yourself.
I know a lot of expats in Dubai seem to have their own cars.
Yeah, it's pretty common. The roads are great, and it gives you that extra freedom to explore.
Can I use my foreign license?
For short visits, yes. But if you're staying long-term, it's best to get a Dubai license. Sometimes you can just convert your existing one, but you might need to take lessons and pass a test.
Okay, good to know. Moving on, staying connected. What's the internet situation like in Dubai?
Internet's excellent. High-speed broadband is widely available. The main providers are Etisalat and Du.
Phew, that's a relief. And what about getting a SIM card for my phone?
Super easy. You can get one at the airport or at any mobile operator store.
Fantastic. Okay, healthcare again. Any practical tips for navigating the system?
Remember, health insurance is mandatory in Dubai, so make sure you've got that sorted before you even arrive.
And finding doctors. Are there English-speaking doctors readily available?
Absolutely. Especially in the private sector, most doctors speak English. You can find them through online directories or even ask for recommendations from other expats or your insurance provider.
Got it. Now, for families moving with kids, how about finding schools?
Dubai has a wide range of private and international schools catering to all sorts of curricula.
But those fees can be pretty steep, right?
Yeah, especially for the top-tier schools. So factor those costs in when planning your budget and start researching early. Many schools have waiting lists.
How do you suggest going about choosing the right school for your kids?
Think about what's most important for your child. The curriculum, location, facilities, extracurricular activities. Visit the schools, talk to other parents, get a feel for the environment.
Great advice. Okay, last but not least, making friends and building a social life.
Any tips for newcomers to Dubai?
Dubai has a huge expat community. Loads of opportunities to connect, join clubs, sports teams, attend events. There's something for everyone.
What about connecting with Emirati people? It's all about respect and openness. Be mindful of their customs, learn some basic Arabic phrases. A simple hello or thank you goes a long way. They appreciate it when people make an effort.
That's lovely. So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
any final words of wisdom for those considering Dubai as their new home?
Dubai is an amazing city full of opportunities, but it's not for everyone. Do your research, be honest about what you're looking for, and if you're up for the adventure, willing to put in the work, Dubai might just be the perfect place for you.
I love that. And who knows, maybe we'll bump into some of you out there in Dubai one day. Until then, safe travels, everyone, and thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
See you next time.